The Latter-day Saint prophet David McKay once taught that if people would just understand this one thing about the temple, it would be the greatest spiritual motivation of their lives. He said that there are few people, even temple workers, who understand the full meaning and power of the endowment, but if they did, it would make all of the difference. See, there's a reason why ancient temples were often either built on top of mountains or built to be a mountain or symbolize a mountain, and it's the same reason that we often refer to temples in our day as the mountain of the Lord. What he said was, seen for what it is, the endowment is the step-by-step ascent into the eternal presence. The temples are tutorial for returning to the presence of God in heaven by spiritually ascending step by step through a process of making covenants and becoming more holy. The oldest temples, like the Temple of Solomon, were built to mimic this process by stepping up from sacred space to more sacred space. In our earliest pioneer temples, like the Salt Lake Temple, you start in the creation room. And a lot of people don't realize this, but you actually do step up a couple steps to get into the garden room to represent the fall of Adam and Eve. Then we go upstairs into the world room. And then you step up a little bit more to get to the terrestrial room. And then finally, you step up to the veil to pass into the celestial room, which represents returning to the presence of God. In a lot of temples today, for efficiency's sake, we don't often ascend from room to room, but rather we stay in a single instruction room before passing through the veil into the celestial room. But we still try to represent this upwards progression symbolically using other visual elements. And this concept of a heavenly ascent into God's eternal presence to dwell with him forever and to become like him absolutely impacts my spirituality, because it gives me the why behind commandments. It can be really easy to wonder, if God loves me unconditionally, why would I have to keep commandments? That sounds like I'm having to earn his love. But God does love us unconditionally. And if all he had wanted for us was to return to him to live in his spiritual basement forever and not progress, that'd be one thing. Maybe we wouldn't need to live all these commandments. But he wants so much more for us. He wants to progress eternally and to become like him in a divine apprenticeship. And the only way to become like God is to live like God. So that helps me understand why I need to live certain commandments, and it keeps an eternal perspective when life gets hard.